Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will cover another way to create JavaScript objects, which is using constructor function. Now let's take a look at. In last several videos, I already explained how to create an object, use object literal, which syntax is like this one. We have a brace, okay? Inside brace, we have a key and a value pair, and they are separated with a comma. Key and a value pair, key 2, okay, value 2. And when we're using this syntax, it will allow us to create one object. But many times in our application, we want to create many similar objects, like users, students. They all have similar properties. Like all the students will have student ID, first name, last name, and probably a gender and entry. And we will have all the students objects which have those properties. And when we using the brace, which is object literal, to create that, it's going to be tedious, okay? And it's also not easy to extend. Suppose all the students will have particular functionality, right? Which is a behavior. And then how would you do that with a regular expression? With object literal? How can you do that? And also in the future, suppose we want to do inheritance, how to do that also? And the easier way to achieve, and also the best practice, is instead of using object literal, we will use the construct function and a new operator to create those similar objects. First, construct function. Okay, they are just regular functions. You will see in next slides, they are just functions, but they have something special. What are the special parts? They will be named with capital letters first. When we define function, no matter it's in Java or JavaScript, the first letter is a lowercase. But with the construct function, they are special because they are used to create objects. So the letter is gonna be, the first letter gonna be capital. And if you have multiple words inside the function name, we were using camel case after that. And they also should be executed with only new operator, okay, which is new is a keyword. Like in Java, when we create objects, we are using new. Now let's take a look at an example. We have user here. First, take a look at construct function is a function. We're using function, this keyword defined, but the first letter is capital. The reason we do that because we're gonna using this function, construct function, to create objects, okay? And after that, it's the same as function declaration. And again, if you want to have properties assigned to the user, you have to using this keyword. And here, when we create a new user letter, okay, new user letter, and you must using new keyword to call it new user, then we will do what? This user, we're gonna have name and as admin. So later on, when you alert user.name and user.admin, you can get the values. Now let me show you this behavior in our IDE. Okay, I will create another one. Like here, we will have function user. Okay, we can have a name as a slideshow, and this dot name equals name. Okay, and this name gonna become property of object being created, and this name after this equal sign is gonna become the arguments, okay, which assign value. This dot, excuse me, now what I used is admin. Is admin equals false. Okay, And how to create an object? Always using new keywords. We will create let user, we can using user1, okay, equals new user, always using new keyword. Here we give value called John. And now we will console the log, which is user1 dot name, okay, and the clg user1 dot is admin, and you will see both the name gonna become John and is admin gonna become false, because now if we console log user1, you will see user1 gonna have two property. One is a name and the other one is admin. Okay, now let's take a look at it inside the browser. Console, you will see user object, and it has two properties. It's admin false and name is John. That's why later on, when we do user1.name, you will see the value is John. And when we see user1 is admin, default value is false. That's why you see here is a false. Okay, it's late. That's why I'm tired. Okay, but I want to continue finish this construct function. That's how you use a construct function. First, two difference between construct function and regular function. One, the is a capital case for the function name. Second one, we are always using new keywords. And you may wonder, if I don't want to use new, will it be fine? Yes, definitely, you can do it. Okay, so suppose I don't use new keywords to call this function, you can call it, but the behavior is gonna be different. Let's go let user2 equals user. Okay, I just call this function called hello like Edward. Okay, now what's gonna become user2? What's gonna become user2? There are some gotchas inside the JavaScript function. So when we call function, the returned value is gonna become user2, right? And for function, in this function user, did I have any return statement? I don't have, right? If we in a function we don't have any return statement, it's gonna return undefined by default. So here you will see user2 is undefined. Okay, now let me show you. See here, undefined. Because when we define function, let me show you another one, okay? When we define function like a foo, okay? And if I return some value here, return 1, or return 2 here, okay? When we call foo, console the log, foo. When we call foo, we will see 2 gonna be printed, right? 2 gonna be printed, no doubt, okay? But now, if I don't have any return statement inside the function foo, and you will see when we call, it's gonna get it undefined, okay? And same thing here. When we call user without new keywords, it's gonna treat it as a regular function. And as a regular function, if you don't have any return statement, then it's gonna return undefined to you, okay? That's the first one. Second one, what about this keyword inside here? We will talk about this keyword in later slides, okay, in later videos, because this keyword is a big topic. But here I just show you this keyword gonna refer as a window now. So when you do like this way, it's gonna be add window by default has a name property, so this is gonna be overrides the value. So in the window, you're gonna have a name is a Edward, and is the mean gonna be false. What I can show you, we can do is add a console log window. No, window, this. Okay, you will see here, it's gonna become window, okay? And if after these two statements, you print a console.log again. Suppose I print a window, okay? You will see they're gonna be, you will see this first window is gonna become the value of this line with this keyword. Second one, I printed the window directly, and the difference between them here in the window, you will see 2 is called the name is John. Name is Edward. Yes, I using Edward. You will see here name is Edward, and there's another one called is admin, false, you will see here. HI is admin, see here, false. The reason is because if we call a function like this way, and this keyword inside the function gonna by default gonna become the window, and it's gonna be window name equals Edward, window is admin equals false. That's why it's getting added. Okay, so when you want this function to be a construct function, make sure you always call with new. Otherwise, it won't work properly. Okay, and what happened when we create when we call a function using new keyword? What is gonna happen? We will talk about it in next video. Okay, so this video we just briefly introduce what is a construct function, and the special things, the differences between construct function and the regular function, and how to invoke a construct function. We're using construct function to create objects, and we're always using new keyword to call a function. Okay, to call a construct function. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.